Hi, I'm Dr. Rebecca Heiss. Thanks for being here today to explore FearLess diversity. I have to start off with a little bit of bad news, and that is we all are stuck with lousy brains. See, our brains, they're not built for this world. They're built for this one. It's a world where we lived with about 150 or so other individuals, and we lived like that for 200,000 plus years in this scarce and dangerous environment. Right up until the last 200 or so, when this starts happening. And we have this explosion in technology and populations, and suddenly we look around and we're surrounded by 8 billion other individuals. And we're all globally connected. So there's just one small problem with that. See, while technology and populations and culture can all exponentially increase, biology's time frame, well, it's a little bit slower. So biologically, our brains are stuck way back here, living in a sparse, dangerous, scary environment. We have Stone Age brains trying to live in a modern environment, which means there are a few mismatches. This Stone Age brain is being bombarded with information, because as you might have realized, today, information is hitting us really fast, at a rate of about 400 billion bits per second. That's a crazy amount of information to process. And so what happens is we can only consciously process about 2,000 bits per second, which means if you want to do the math with me, that 99.9999999% of the time, we're operating from our subconscious, from our shortcuts, instincts, stories that might not actually match very well with the environment that we're now living in. And the easiest place to see these stories, these instincts, is in how we process fear. So this survey was done, about a year and a half ago, asking Americans, what is your number one fear? What do you guys think it was? Rejection? Failure? Death? Public speaking? No, it was actually none of those. Are you ready for what it actually was? The number one fear of Americans? It's snakes. Snakes? Are you kidding me? Snakes? That doesn't make any sense. Well, not logically anyway. But when you remember that, we have ancestral brains, and for our ancestors, wandering around the savannah trying not to die, that was something they absolutely should be afraid of. So while you're not likely to step on a snake wandering through the shopping mall today, it makes sense that your brain is constantly looking for them. Now, if we were conscious, cognitive, thinking beings, which I like to think we all are, what should our number one fear be? Now, maybe rejection, public speaking, failure, those are all good ones. I'm going to add one more to the list that I didn't say before. Are you ready for it? Try not to scream. Yeah, the new Krispy Kreme Double Down with extra fries and a shake. Oh my gosh. Wait, why should we be afraid of that? Well, simple. What's the number one thing we die of? Heart disease. That's the number one killer. That should look like the laser beam of an AK-47 pointed directly at our hearts. And yet, if you're anything like me, you're looking at it probably like wiping away a little drool going, oh my gosh, it looks so good. Can I get one of those now? Why does our brain crave things that kill us? If our brain was built for this world, kale would taste like that. I assure you, if you haven't tried kale recently, it still doesn't. Because our brains aren't built for this world. They're certainly not built for the modern workplace. So think about in ancestral times. You might be out working, right? Picking a few berries here and there. Ooh, lovely day. Delicious berries. And then you hear a little rustling. Maybe see something, bushes moving in your periphery. What should you immediately do? I hope you at least look. If not, just get out of Dodge, right? You gotta check it out. Now, luckily today in the modern workplace, we don't have anything distracting us or pulling our periphery. Oh, right. And our brain is screaming, snake, it's a snake, it might be a tiger, it's a snake, oh my gosh, what do we do? No, it's not a snake, it's Kathy. She's just coming up to check on us to see if we have our sales report in. It's fine, we like Kathy. But our brains don't know that. Our brain's first response is to fall to fear.